So what I'm getting at is AI and these different enablements and us trying to be a multi-planetary race. We've got to change the platform to enable these kind of things. And I think this is probably one of the first steps, but we've got to get everybody to make sure that they understand the concept of like why this technology is huge and discussing that on a micro level.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct that automation is coming in a big way, but that's been how humans have been doing things since time immemorial. We're looking for tools to amplify us, and that amplification just continues. And when I think about the next wave of autonomy or AI and so on and so forth, I tend to think of it more as human amplification than I think of it as human replacement. So you mentioned being able to scan job sites and being able to do it accurately. Well, now you've got more people who can build faster, and you can grow your business, right? And you can do things at less cost, which means that overall you can increase the wealth that everyone experiences. Because being able to bring down the price of goods and services is ultimately what makes us all wealthy.
Correct. Yeah. No, that's how I always frame it is it's not necessarily people are going away. Like we're always going to be here. It's just that you get to work on different things. Like instead of working a brutal job where you are flipping a package, you're maybe monitoring the robots and maintaining the robots. Like somebody's got to maintain these robots and maintain these types of actuators that we're talking about. And I was looking at the comments. It's just this is a quick sidebar, but I was looking at the comments of somebody who actually worked that job for a couple of years about scanning the packages and the competition, and they were talking about the strain that that had on their body because it's the same movement over and over and over again. They said that it really messed up their shoulders and their back and their posture's all jacked up. So there's just some things that are super repetitive that probably are not as optimal to be doing, and you can do something else that you find more value in or the society will value more.
Well, absolutely, and this is obviously a bigger topic, but I think it's incumbent on us as a society to find those better jobs, to identify those and make sure that those are available to folks, right? I think um, just solving one half of the problem, which is, hey, this is a bad job, so let's take it away. Well, we have to give you some other option. And to your point, those options end up being in engineering, where you're designing robots and automation systems. They end up being in in sort of more skilled operation and supervision of these systems, and then they end up being in the service and maintenance of these systems. And those are all higher skill jobs than sorting bags, and so they pay more, right? And but there is some oftentimes there's some disruption before people start to see, okay, here are what the new opportunities that are being created by this technological change.
Yeah, time and time again, electricity, internet, phones. I mean, cell phones, personal computers. I mean, it goes on and on. I think every time that there's some initial blips of freaking out and disruption, and then recalibration. But that's life. Change happens, happen with or without you.